Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. It is Friday today, one day before the big game Juventus-Fiorentina in our stadium. The last game before the international break, the third one this year. It will be a big one and an unusual one. Why? Because this time Fiorentina is up in the ranking and we are a bit down. This is not usual, so we will have to try to provide to solve that kind of situation. Today, no edits in the video. It will be a talk between you and me without being disturbed by front pages and so on. So we start immediately with a press conference of Massimiliano Allegri. He spoke about the different topics. He started speaking about Matias Soulé because the question of Romeo Agresti was quite interesting, especially if we know the moment that Matias is living at the moment. First time that it has been called up by the Argentinian team. There are also some leaks, information why did it happen that fast. It also because he started to be approached by the Italian national team as he has the double passport, so Argentina was really fast. The big objective and the dream of Matias Soulé was to go immediately with the Argentinian team, also to be able to play with players like Lionel Messi. A big dream for him. He loves his country from where he's from, so it makes totally sense. But what did Allegri said about Matias Soulé? He said, guys, he's doing great. He's a good player. Absolutely nobody can deny it, but pay attention. Calma, because these players, they have a journey to do, and a journey that in the last years was not always done because we were loaning sometimes players in other teams of Serie A where they were not having any minutes, or we have put them with us in the first team and they were also there on the bench because they were not ready to play. It makes totally sense what Allegri is saying. Then he was speaking about also the fact that players, they have a full potential at 25 years and they have a long journey to do. First in third division like under 23, that is boosting and accelerating the move, and then a few years with the Serie A B team, and then maybe at Juventus or in an Italian other Serie A team. And on that one I don't agree 100% with Massimiliano Allegri, because we have some players from 18 years old that have potential to play with Juve, and you know that I'm always the one that say calma, tranquilli. Do we really have to wait until 25 years old? I think that's a bit a stretch from Massimiliano Allegri today. I was not really happy to hear these words. I understand the idea behind it, and I'm also kind of agreeing with that. But 25 years old, I think it's a bit too late. We continue with what he said in training, and now we will go a bit faster. He spoke about Weston McKENNIE, that is a player that, according to Allegri, he's waking up. He's waking up, he's playing less messy than in the start of the season, because you know that he started not well at all. We were not happy with the performance of McKENNIE. He's coming from 3 consecutive games, 2 goals in Serie A. He touched the bar in the third game that he played in Champions League, unfortunately for him, but the player is organized, playing more organized, adapting to Allegri, and also in a really great physical condition, great shape. And this was noticed by Allegri, so I'm quite sure that he will start tomorrow versus Fiorentina before going in international break. What about Paulo Dybala? Allegri said, Dybala, he came with a total different mindset this season. We already talked about it in preseason, but also after his injury, he came with leadership, the will to do good, and not only during the game, but also when he's training. And this is really important, because Allegri said we are playing like we are training. So important for these kind of leaders, these players, to put that intensity also in the training, and that's a good news for Paulo Dybala. What about Rabiot? And this was a big hit on Rabiot, because a lot of time he spoke about the potential of Rabiot not understanding how much potential he had. Today the question came again, what about the potential of Rabiot? And Allegri stopped immediately the discussion, saying, hey, stop. Rabiot has to do a lot better. As easy as that. As simple as that. He has to do a lot better. These were the words of Allegri, and I believe that on the channel, but also as all Juventini, we can't agree more this time with Allegri, expecting more from Adrien Rabiot, the Frenchman. Ken and De Sciglio, they will both be out. A bit worrying for Ken, because we knew that he was had a slightly muscle fatigue. It looks a bit more serious than what we were expecting. He will also miss tomorrow's game versus Fiorentina. And what about Zenit? He said, hey guys, it's not because we won 4-2 versus Zenit that all our problems are solved. Absolutely not. out. We have to do better in special and especially in some moments of the games. And now we go to the front pages because Corriere dello Sport is speaking about a real leader that is Napoli, and they are speaking about Juve Viola, Juve Fiorentina, that is totally absurd and not usual. Why? Because Fiorentina has plus 9 points versus last year, while Juventus has minus 8. So we are not doing well in Serie A. Today is a must-win game. Absolutely. Gazzetta dello Sport. Giroud, prendiamoci tutto. Giroud, we have to take everything. We have to win everything. I think it will be difficult to win the Champions League because you have 1 point in 4 games. So forget about that. I believe then everything can happen in life. What about Serie A? They are playing the derby. Will be a big game. I also curious what you think. What do you want? Milan to win, Inter to win, or a draw? Juve da goal, Juventus that has to score, Juventus that show that they are able to score in Champions League versus Zenit are the words on Gazzetta dello Sport about Juventus, about Dybala, about Juventus scoring goals, and how can we do that with the two wingers, Bernardeschi and Chiesa. Two total different players, because we know that Bernardeschi is a player that will help and support the midfield, while Chiesa will help and support the offensive side of the game. Two different players, but looks like it's working, and Allegri want to again do the same lineups with these two players. He's really trying to work on them and to trust them. Ken is going better, but he will not be there, confirmed by Allegri. And with Lazio, after international break, apparently De Sciglio could come back. What about McKENNIE? We already spoke about it in press conference, but they also spoke about it in Tuttosport. Why am I mentioning McKENNIE again a second time? Because yes, he's doing better. He's trying and starting to convince Allegri that is a player that can adapt. And now we have Tottenham from Antonio Conte that yesterday won 3-2 in that Conference League Cup. They are on the player. They notice that he's a great player. Paratici knows him really well. Is Antonio Conte looking for his new Arturo Vidal? I don't know. What about Danilo? Danilo, big leader. They were speaking about it in OneFootball, but also Giovanni Albanese in Gazzetta dello Sport. A real leader that is playing game in, game out. He's helping also the guys on and off the field. I'm really happy to read this kind of news. Tuttosport, we know it, and they love to speak about Mercato, and they are speaking about Dusan Vlahovic. Juve Vlahovic subito, Juventus Vlahovic immediately. We have a lot of ex-trainers and glories that were speaking about it, like we saw like Sacchi, Lippi, Zaccheroni, and so on, that said that the Serbian player is a top player and that he would resolve and solve all the problems of a lot of teams immediately. So is the trust correct of these players, of these ex-trainers? Let me know if you believe that yes, Vlahovic can solve also Juventus problem immediately. Let me know. But we know that Rocco Commisso is starting to ask 80 million price tag for Dusan Vlahovic if he wants to leave in January. 80 million is a lot. Is really a lot. And also on Vlahovic, the future of Morata is depending on the on Vlahovic. Absolutely yes. Why? Because Morata is a player that is showing so much love for Juventus. Are his performances enough for Juventus? Tuttosport is questioning it, saying, you have a few months remaining at Juventus before the decision will be taken if you will be actually both definitely or you will go back out of loan to Atletico Madrid. Let's see. Juventus are really interesting in Vlahovic, so let's see. There were also some talks about Serie A, the change in Serie A. Serie A, the league with the less 0-0 this year, because there were only 4 0-0 in 11 games. When you see La Liga 14 0-0, Bundesliga 6, Premier League 6, and Serie A only 4. Is it because Serie A is becoming more spectacular? That's my question. Or is it because the defenders are doing more and more fouls? Is it because the trainers are actually leaving a bit the tactics and are a bit less serious? I don't know. Last news, guys, apparently Juventus will integrate a new social network. I don't know the word of it, like Mirko Di Natale is saying. A new social network that will fight against racism. We love this kind of initiative. We have only to embrace the initiative of Juventus of participating in this kind of thing, because it will be the first Italian team to do so. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if that video without edits was okay. I don't know. Some people, they love the edit, some not. Some love to mix. Let me know. I'm curious about your opinion. And as always, Forza Juve.